So, I am here. Hi. Love you, little children. So, I'm going to tell you about a story of a little boy. And what was he called? He was called the little runny nose boy. What do you do when you see a runny nose boy? You all run away, no? You say, hey, come on, yeah, take a tissue and wipe your nose. This is not that kind of a runny nose boy. I will tell you about him. Once there was a old man. You know what he used to do? He used to cut firewood in the forest, carry it on his head, and go selling it firewood for sale. Firewood for sale. Firewood for sale. But nobody wanted firewood because everybody had wood in their homes. Slowly, he was not able to sell any firewood. So he was very sad because only when you sell firewood, he would get money to eat, no? His clothes were all torn, his jacket was torn, he didn't have proper food to eat. Most of the days he went to bed hungry. So one day, similar morning, he took his firewood and went to the market. Firewood for sale, firewood for sale, firewood for sale. But till evening he shouted and shouted, shouted and shouted. His throat became dry, but no firewood was sold. On his way home, he had to cross a wooden bridge. So as he was crossing the wooden bridge, he said, oh, what a poor person I have become. I don't want to sell firewood anymore. Let me give away all this firewood to the river. And he threw it into the river and he said a small prayer and started walking home. As he was walking, lo and behold, the river goddess came in front of him. She said, oh old man, I'm so happy that you gave me so much of firewood and you also said a prayer. So for all the goodness you have done for me, I'm going to give you a gift. This old man said, what? You're going to give me a gift? What gift? So this river goddess gave him a small little boy. And she said, this is Runny Nose Boy. You take him home and you have to feed him 3 times a day. You take very good care of him, okay? And do you know what the Runny Nose Boy will eat? He will eat 2 shrimps cooked in vinegar. So you have to give him that every meal. You have to give him shrimp cooked in vinegar. Okay? Am I clear? So this man had nothing else to do. So he said, okay, give it to me. And he carried the little boy, the little runny nose boy, and brought him home. He made a small, tiny little bed for this runny nose boy. He made a tiny little chair out of all the wood pieces that were around his house, and he made the runny nose boy sit on that chair. Then it was evening. No, it was hungry time, for everybody wants to eat dinner. So he had 2 shrimps in his house. He cooked it on the stove with some vinegar and gave it to the runny nose boy. But when he sat down on the table, was there anything for him to eat? He only had bread, nothing else. Do you like to eat just bread without any jam, without any marmalade, without any butter, without any Nutella? No, nobody likes to eat plain bread. But this poor man had only bread. He sat sorrowfully on his table and said, how I wish I had some soup along with my bread. Just then what did the runny nose boy do? He started blowing his nose. And then on the table came a big bowl of soup. The old man was so happy. He dipped his bread in the soup and ate it. And he was full and had a good night's sleep. Next day, Again he cooked shrimp and vinegar for the runny nose boy. Took very good care of him. But when he wanted breakfast, he said, "How I wish I have some bacon for breakfast." Immediately, what did the runny nose boy do? He said, and there on the table came bacon for breakfast. So the old man was very happy. So whatever he wished for, this runny nose boy would give him. Soon there was nothing lacking for this man. He had a huge kitchen full of tasty food to eat. Then he had most beautiful dresses to wear. He need not have to wear those torn trousers, everything was not there anymore. Then he did not need to sleep on a broken cot. He had a fantastic, beautiful cot. He had the costliest of furniture in his house, and his little house turned into a mansion. So this man was very happy. He did not even have to work. So he went on living a good life. But then he had to give the shrimp cooked in vinegar to the runny nose boy every day. So you must always be thankful, no, that this man didn't have to work. He had all the money. But this man was not like that. One day he got very lazy. He said, "What is this? Every day I have to cook for this fellow. No work I have or what? No. It's not a good idea. So I'm going to tell this runny nose boy to go away. I have everything I need. I don't need anything more. So let him go back to the river goddess." So one morning he got up, cooked a yummy breakfast and ate. But he did not give the runny nose boy his breakfast. He went to the runny nose boy and said, "You've given me everything I want, but now I don't need you anymore. So go away, runny nose boy." So the runny nose boy started crying. He said, Old man said, "No, I have everything. You go away." And he carried the runny nose boy and put him outside on the bench. Runny nose boy started crying and crying and crying. But this man was not bothered. Poor thing, no, but he was not bothered. He just sat there, ate his breakfast, cooked a lovely meal, and started eating it. Just as he was about to put it in his mouth, what happened? The plate started flying. Buss! It flew, and it flew out of the window and went away. Then he said, "My God, what happened? Why did my plate fly away?" Then he went again inside his kitchen and cooked something else, and as he was about to eat it, the plate flew away. Then slowly he sat and watched all the groceries in his kitchen. They flew away. One by one. Then all the furniture in his house, they walked out of the house. Then he was sitting on one chair, no? Suddenly, plop, he fell down. Because even the chair he was sitting on, walked out of the house. Then suddenly he looked up and his house, which was a big mansion, became a small little house that he was living in before. And then he looked down, his shirt and all flew away. He was standing naked. Then suddenly he had to wear back his torn trousers and torn shirt, and he had become a poor man again. Then he realized, "Oh, what a thing I have done. How ungrateful I was. I never should have chased out the runny nose boy. Let me go and bring him." So he went running out of his house to the bench where he had put the runny nose boy. But was the runny nose boy there? No. He searched everywhere around his house. He said, "Runny nose boy, come back, I want you, runny nose boy, where are you?" But was he found? No. The runny nose boy had gone back to the river goddess, and the old man became poor again. So, what do you learn from this? You always have to be grateful. When some things come to you, you have to be humble and you must always say thank you and you must be very grateful for what you have and always take care of the person who's giving you everything. You must be very humble.